I'm Detective Superintendent Danny Doherty, Commander of the Homicide Squad State Crime Command. About 12:45 p.m. today, homicide detectives arrested a 51-year-old man at Parramatta Police Station for the alleged murder of 32-year-old Nicole Cartwright. Nicole's body was found in October 2018, wrapped in a bedsheet by a council worker in Buffalo Creek Reserve at Hunters Hill, about 7:30 a.m. on Wednesday, the 3rd of October 2018. Detectives from the State Crime Command's Homicide Squad, supported by detectives from Ryde and Burwood Police, established Strike Force Winkara to investigate the circumstances of Nicole's murder. Following extensive investigations and 2 public appeals for information, Strike Force Winkara detectives arrested the 51-year-old man at Parramatta Police Station today for Nicole's murder, and he has been charged with murder and bail refused, and he's expected to appear in court later stage. I'm happy to take questions.
This has been a long-running investigation. What led to the breakthrough today that allowed your officers to make this arrest?
Look, there's been a number of pieces of information and evidence. I said there's been a couple of appeals to the public. The community assistance was important, and the public information that comes forward assisted the police. With that, we were able to corroborate a lot of other evidence that we had obtained since October 2018, and part of that would have been forensic evidence as well.
So this man's identity was gleaned from information that came from the public?
It came from a number of different lines of inquiry.
Can you tell us a bit more about the relationship this man had with Nicole?
Police will allege that Nicole and this 51-year-old man had met through the dating applications and social media sites that Nicole had been known to be using, and police will allege that this man was the last person to have met with Nicole, and there's links between this man and Nicole, and also to the crime scene at the Buffalo Creek Reserve at Hunters Hill.
Do you know how many times they had met leading up to this Buffalo Creek alleged incident?
I can let you know that the last piece of information we have was that police will allege that Nicole had met this man, the 51-year-old, and police will allege that he was the last person to see Nicole alive, and that date was the 1st of October 2018, which happened to be Nicole's 32nd birthday. So it's a very sad and tragic event.
Can you tell me what his reaction was when police arrested him?
Well, police arrested him today, and there's some footage of his arrest, and I think at the end of the day he was resigned to his fate.
Last we heard from the Strike Force, there were outstanding results on the autopsy on Ms. Cartwright's body. For a long time they were inconclusive. Does that remain the case?
There's a combination of those post-mortem results and also the circumstances of how Nicole's body was found that made it a suspicious death, and that's why we treated it as a murder.
What charges will be laid? Or
He's been charged with murder and bail refused.
Do you think he is the man who put Nicole's body in Buffalo Creek Reserve?
Well, police will allege, yes, that is the case, and there is evidence that we'll allege in court that links this 51-year-old man to the reserve. Not only forensic evidence to link him to Nicole, but also to the crime scene.
And what about the way that her body was found? Is the allegation also that this man was involved in wrapping her body in the sheet?
Well, police will allege that. All the circumstances in relation to how she was found, police will allege that he was complicit in that.
Can you tell me whether you believe that she was murdered in the park or somewhere else?
Police will allege that she was murdered somewhere else. The state of Nicole's body was there was some decomposition. She was found on the 3rd of October. Police will allege that she was murdered on the 1st of October. So that caused some difficulties, as we said, also for the post-mortem. And it will be alleged that this man took her from an address to the reserve, and and unfortunately dumped the body like some piece of unwanted refuse. It's a cold-hearted act. It's a callous and heinous criminal act. You know, and it's a tragedy for the family, how the circumstances of how Nicole's body was found. They've been contacted, they've been spoken to by the police, and it's been a distressing time for them and difficult time for them. However, they've got some small comfort knowing that this man's now facing court, and hopefully there'll be some justice to be had.
It's been almost 2 years since Nicole's body was found. How soon after that discovery did this man come to your site?
Look, at some stage, I won't go into the details when, but at some stage he came into as being a person of interest, and a culmination of some forensic evidence along with a very tenacious and long investigation which was required to corroborate a lot of evidence that was provided and a lot of evidence to make this a strong case against this man.
Are you able to tell us anything about the work that's been done between her body being found and now by detectives in terms of surveilling this man?
Again, it's been a long journey. It's been a relentless, tenacious effort by the investigators involved. I know the family were not only pleased with the investigators and thankful for their work, but also for the community assistance that was provided as well.
What was the nature of his arrest? I got he was reporting?
He was at the police station for unrelated matters, and then our investigators from the Homicide Squad met him at the foyer and let him know that he was under arrest.
Has this raised any concerns or issues that the public should be aware of about the dangers of social media or dating apps, the sort of apps that Miss Cartwright was allegedly using?
Again, it's a personal choice. Look, while some people may judge these acts as salacious, yeah, let's not forget that it was a young woman that was brutalised, murdered, and then dumped in a park. You know, and you know, in a callous act. So, you know, it's obviously something that people should be mindful of. However, that's a personal choice for them. But this is the act of itself is what we're concentrating on. This is a murder, and the circumstances after the murder are just as cold-hearted.
Just on that sequence of events, you believe that she was murdered on the day of her birthday, October the 1st?
That's what police will allege in court.
Her body wasn't found until the 3rd. Will you be alleging that he dumped her earlier than the day she was found, or that he held on, if you like, to...
Look, we'll allege that the murder was on the 1st of October 2018, and that it'll be alleged that the 51-year-old man had the body secreted and then was dumped the body on the 3rd of October. That's what police will allege in court.
Which suburb has he come from with the body, and did he use a car?
Yeah, well, a car was used, and at the time, this 51-year-old man was living in a Haberfield address.
Would police be alleging that he lured Nicole with the intent to murder, or that this something has spiralled and things have got out of hand?
Now, that's something we can't say definitively. It's a point where obviously these dating app or casual meeting, social media sites are used. But what we do know is that Nicole was brutalised and murdered and then dumped in a park a couple of days later. So whatever way you look at it, it's a tragic circumstances.
And you mentioned the car. Previously, I think the last press conference, there was a particular car that you announced. I think it was a white vehicle that was suspicious, and that you were seeking more information on that. Is that believed or alleged to be the car that this man was using?
There was the police were alleged there was a couple of cars were used, and that initial appeal was hoping to get some information from the public, which we did get information from the public, and obviously at some stage after that appeal we did examine the cars as well.
Just to be clear there, sorry, can I just query something? It's alleged that he held her body at his house? Was that
Look, the circumstances I can't outline at this stage, but I can tell you that the murder did happen on the 1st of October, and the body was kept until he decided to dump the body at Hunters Hill.
And looking for anyone else?
What was that, sorry?
Looking for anyone else? In addition to this person, is anyone else?
Look, again, at the moment, he's the only person who's been identified and charged.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you.